So, there we are. We are back after a long, long break, much later than advertised originally. We had 1 or 2 sessions where we couldn't actually play. So 45 days later, in New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope you all had a good one. And we are definitely intending, I am at least, to finish this campaign in this calendar year. What do you think? Can we make that happen?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. Now, we are about 2/3 through the Shadow of the Sorcerer. We left last time at a very, very dramatic moment because our heroes here were basically lured into an arena. Then they had to fight lots of local guards and mercenaries and gladiators and stuff. And when they were pretty much defeated, there was a great stomping and drumming that came, and then huge snakes slithered out of a hole and coiled up in the middle and is snarling at them. And that's where we had a break last time. So our somewhat battered heroes are facing a huge snake. Therefore, let's go straight into it. What goes through your minds?
Oh.
So,
I know that I'm pretty beat up and injured from the last fight, and so my first instinct is to kind of go beside or behind Creus, just as I kind of get everything settled in my mind about what's going to happen next.
Yeah, I'm thinking find some sort of cover where we can have some sort of protection against this thing whilst we try to fight it.
Well, there's some boulders, some pillars in this arena, and you could try and climb out of the wall. But they're quite steep, quite high, and there's lots of guards still standing around with spears and with bows, and who might not actually want to.
Because the size of it may not be that quick in him.
And
maybe it use cover.
the gate the snake crawled out of is obviously closed again.
It's over there. It is open. It is open, but it's not huge. It's maybe, well, you could crawl through it. But you can walk through it.
It's snake sized.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big snake, so we're talking about probably
Yeah,
3 feet across, if you want to do feet, 1 meter across. Maybe slightly more.
Now we've been underneath this arena, and
You have previously.
would we have known where this creature would have come from? Like looking at where the hole is, where it came out of, would we have known kind of, okay, we know where this will lead if we go into it?
No, you didn't. You explored some of the chambers under there, but you didn't actually explore the whole thing. You didn't map it out or something. So you didn't come across any snake lairs. But yeah, you
And
hear from
the tunnel that leads to the main fortress that we explored. In which direction? If the snake came out here,
south. On the map, it's basically the bottom.
and basically the rest of the fortress is south of
There's
us.
some steps
on the
here
bottom
that
of the
leading
map.
down, and that's basically going towards the fortress there, through this tunnel. But there's an iron grill in front of it, just like the little pathway that you came through as well. Both of them are shut. Clamped shut. So you can try and fly away. Wrong game.
That's
Now
probably-
is the are the officials behind us or in front of us?
They are
in terms of
basically
where
above
they're
the tunnel to the fortress, so they're behind you. They're on the
That's what I thought. Okay.
on the ranks behind you, and there's a lot of shouting. You hear the sound saying "Galoo, Galoo," and there's stomping, and there's lots of cheering.
What's the name of the snake they shout?
Galoo.
Hello.
You can't switch subtitles on, so I won't write it out for you. Have to work for you. Galoo, Galoo.
So does Mortaz, who knows all languages fairly quickly, recognize what the name
If
is?
it's a name, it's a name. I don't.
Might
Might
have
be the
meaning.
name of a snake.
It
be
seems to be a
symbolic
name. You
name.
don't think it means anything else.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Now
I'm going to be. I want to make sure. I'm looking for. I suppose effectively to try to leverage what you talked about earlier in terms of finding a weak point. So therefore, I'm going to, whilst waiting for something to happen, I'm going to observe the snake to see if it's got a weak point.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're spending is this exploit action. You're doing this time, which means you're spending your action, and you have to do a difficulty 1 observation test to see whether you're finding any weak spots. Yeah, Shira just reposted in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was there a minute ago, and I looked again, it was gone. It's just like,
I tidied it up, that's why. I didn't want a wall of text there.
Sorry. Yeah,
It's all right, it's
sorry,
all right.
everyone. But I thought it might be helpful.
It is helpful and it's relevant, so no worries.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, so I've proceeded a pretty well observation.
There we go.
So you're building a momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's your turn for this time. Right, I'm going to actually use the initiative unless you guys want to swap stuff and let me know. But otherwise, next person I'm going to ask is Durzo.
Yeah, so Krios exploited the snake.
He's staring.
So
at the
if
snake.
we snag the initiative now by paying a momentum, then I can go and attack it right now.
I think it is our turn, so yeah, you can go.
Yeah, well, we did say that we would change it around. So it would be this, the serpent's turn.
The snake, except we pay 1 momentum to essentially seize the initiative.
That's right.
Which
We're
I
using the
find
Star
very
Trek
important,
adventure.
because if we can damage it now, then it's weaker. So
That's Durzo.
getting a wound in first round is essential in this fight, I believe.
Well, if you can, that's a huge beastie. That is.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to try.
Go ahead.
So
Now we are fiddling about with the initiative and so on. So if what we're doing doesn't quite match what's on the screen for our watches, then that's why. So you storm forward.
I'll
As you
bank the
move
momentum.
1 zone.
Yeah.
all right.
You bank it, yeah. Mhm.
So
And this is a huge beast snarling at you from evil eyes. So what are you going to
I
do?
mean, I'm just assuming, guardian thing only applies if I attack. And what's the reach on a snake?
The reach. That depends on the weapon it's got. Assume that it's 2.
Okay, then we are fine.
Same as you.
All right. So from the exploit, I get an extra d20.
Only he gets that, not
Yeah.
you.
No, it says the next attack.
By the same person. The character takes
The character's
additional-
first attack.
Yeah, the player nominates a target the character is able to perceive. So it's again the character may spend 1 momentum from his test. So it's his next attack, not yours.
Oh, yeah, okay, then Chris, do you want to spend the 2 momentum for an extra attack or an extra action? Because in this case, it would make sense for you to go.
It would do, wouldn't it? So, I'll leverage that momentum to get a second attack then. Yeah, that does make sense, doesn't it?
Okay, you do that.
And
Go for the eyes!
So, because it's a second attack, it's a difficulty
It's 1
2,
higher.
isn't it?
Mhm.
There's 1 higher.
But you can spend your
It's just
extra momentum from the exploit.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll need to spend 2 momentum to get the second attack, and then I can use more momentum to get extra dice.
Yeah.
And if I'm successful, I get piercing 2 quality on the arrows.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
which they already have, if I believe.
If there's only
So that's
something
it.
in one momentum.
Double then?
So
Have they got piercing 2? I
I'll-
thought they had piercing 1.
Addition, yeah.
I'll use 3 momentum then. That's 2 for the extra attack, and then 1 extra for my attack.
Yeah.
Okay. Bear with me. Let me just find my phone.
Yeah, smooth, quick flowing combat.
I've got a hunting bow at the moment, haven't I? Memory serves you right.
Yeah.
So, an extra dice with difficulty 2. Here we go.
So that is 3 successes.
So that's a success. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you made it harder. Yeah, that's right.
And I've got an extra
Yeah.
1 momentum that I can bank after this. So let me roll for damage.
And you want to re-roll any?
I will automatically get to re-roll. I've got to remind myself now.
2, is it?
I think it's 2. Hang on a
It
sec.
depends
Actually,
on his,
I re-roll 2
range.
dice for 3.
There we go.
I can stick with that.
7 damage.
So that's
It doesn't
6
have an
damage.
arm.
7 damage. Piercing 2.
Uh-huh.
So if he's got armor, I'll ignore 4 points of armor then.
Right. Now I can try and apply it damage, but I need to take 2 off. So, qualities. Penetration 1, 2.
And I'll bank that 1 momentum as well.
Yeah, what's the snake equivalent of its arm?
There we go. That should... Oh yeah, that was a pretty good hit. That was
Very
a pretty
nice.
good hit.
That's what I'm talking about.
It took a wound already. And it's not happy about it.
Excellent.
It's snarling at you. And it will
Over
eat
to
you up.
Durzo.
So,
Slice his head off.
do you want to do your thing now, Durzo?
Now I will spend momentum to seize the initiative and go for it.
Yeah.
So just doing one. Okay, cool.
Gallon up there.
Give me 1 momentum to purchase some more dice.
Do you have to go to the shop now? Ah, all right. There we go. Oh,
All right.
new year, but nothing has changed with Durzo, has it? It's still
that
exactly
was
the same
lucky.
sort of stuff. So,
So, and let's go for it.
Ooh, nice.
11 damage. You're serious, yeah?
He's got his reroll.
No, 13 damage, he says. You don't have any piercing
But
on
no
that?
effect. No effects.
Luckily, it's got 13 armor, so no problem.
Yeah, but the intent, so 2 wounds.
Yes. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll just try to apply damage. I have a feeling that this is going to be really...
The intense doesn't work though, does it?
What doesn't work?
Because you've got no effect. The intense.
No, intent is wound based. If I do a wound, I just do 2. It's
Okay. You
independent
don't
of
need to do
effects.
one effect, do you?
Yeah.
So that would be 13 damage, intense, vicious 1. Yeah? I have a feeling that this snake is really not happy at all.
Yeah. So it should have 3 wounds actually.
Like, it has
Are
3
those the wounds it has left?
It has 3 wounds. It has taken 3 wounds.
Yeah, you've just done 2 wounds and I did 1 previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but now it states wounds 2. No, it doesn't add up. It's just for this attack.
Just for this attack.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't give you an update. It just says this attack costs 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Good,
Got
good.
it.
Right. Oh dear. Now,
Yeah,
is
I
anybody
guess
else wanted
I'll-
to spend momentum now? To see.
Yeah,
well,
it's
I
been
will
a
just
momentum
do it
to seize
again.
your action.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah,
He's
you-
not done yet. He's not.
Yeah.
You might
Oh,
not have go.
Go ahead.
Meine Güte.
Yeah, this is
Hi, Mitch.
so
I've
difficulty
got such
2.
nice attacks on this list.
Well, you get to use it.
Yeah, you need a backup snake.
2
Oh.
2 complications.
Well, close one.
Is that your second attack? Is it?
Yeah, but I did it at D2. But with the
Oh.
5, I'm
It's still a success.
It
So
does
you
hit success.
Just have a
Yeah.
success. Wow.
2 complications.
Yeah.
2 complications. Lots of effects. Right. Here's what we're gonna do. I think. Let's have a look at this. I'm not intending to cheat on this one. 2 attacks, you slayed that huge snake. I thought we would have at least half an hour fight on our I'm so sorry, JR. So sorry. Don't think
No, it's alright. I was just gonna assist by giving Durzo help to an
Uh,
assist action.
very, very gracious of you, but I don't think you need it. So what you do
you
is
only have 5 wounds.
as Nemesis.
Is that as high as they go
Yeah,
in this game?
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
So you actually plunge your
I thought this
Kopesh
is like a 15 wound beast
sort of
thing.
into the upper jaw, and he's pierced it through. Basically, roughly, we're thinking, oh, might be a brain somewhere back there. But as the snake throws itself around and sort of whips around from one side to the other, yeah, that was very quick. It rips your Kopesh from your hand, and it's basically slithering, trying to slither back to its hole, but doesn't get very far. But it's taking your weapon with it, so you're now unweaponed. Now I have to turn the music down as well. So I put the battle music on.
The crowd goes hush in surprise.
It does. So I'm going to tell you a few things. So there's a gasp. There's an astonished gasp going all the way around as people saying, "What happened? That can't be right." But lots of the warriors around the edge taking up their bows and aiming at you, knocking the arrow. When you hear a shout as the bows creak as if in unison, and you're just thinking this is certain death now. You just hear a strangely accented Stygian voice saying, "Hold!" And a young man, who could be Semaket's twin, and who was sitting on the little balustrade there, stands and holds his hand up, causing all within the whole arena to stand and pause. The archers turning to him, waiting for instructions, but still, if they have the strength at least, holding their bows ready. "They have earned their freedom. None have bested the mother serpent before. Perhaps they have other virtues to offer, other entertainments." Yeah. So he turns around to the woman sitting next to him there, and the man sitting next to them as well, and the apparent king, an ancient, wizened man, nods, and then he orders the guards. "See to it that they are given quarters and shown our hospitality. They should be treated with respect and all courtesy this humble court can muster. Let them be presented to us in the throne room when we request it. It is not often that we receive such a novelty as guests, so let us be gracious hosts." And I'm turning to you. He says, "Lay down your weapons, my guests. You will not be harmed. I offer you all the courtesy of our court. I am Prince Meketre, of the noble line of the kings and queens of Stygia. My father was Nenhotep, son of Toth Mekri. Welcome to our court." And that last bit I might just put in the chat for you. If I can. So you've got the names. So, oh dear. Nope. That didn't work. So if it's popped out, I can't copy from it. Can you hear my son in the background, or is it just me who can hear him?
I can hear sound in the background.
Because he's very, very noisy.
Slight talking.
Yeah.
Right. There you
Very
go.
slight.
I just need to talk louder than him. Yeah, so there you go. Welcome to our court. Can I just say, he's behind a closed door. And he's having a normal conversation. Hang on a second. Can you not have a huge loud conversation straight up here, please? Right. So, we are back in the arena for a moment. How do you
I'll whisper to the other. Are we sure we can trust this person?
We have little choice, I guess. Douglas, you're muted, I think.
Sorry. My dogs. What's happening with the snake? I see that the Kopesh was stuck, and I see the snake slithering. Has it stopped?
It is still slowly slithering away. But yeah, it's erratically, moving erratically.
Can I get my whip and whip the back of its tail to stop its progress out?
You can try, but this thing is huge. It's moving erratically, but it's still moving.
All right, and just in case, I'll throw in some damage if that works. But it is
Damage is fine. I just wanted to make this complication count for something.
Absolutely. So this is my way of trying to save his Kopesh, knowing that we're going to have to surrender our...
I mean, if I remember correctly, all the guards we slaughtered also had Kopeshes, so I guess I'm fine.
You can just pick one up.
Hey, can I ask another?
Maybe a better one,
question?
since mine has seen some use.
Say again, JR.
Do I do damage with the one
Hang on.
success?
JR?
I mean,
No, I was just saying, yeah, he could ask for a new Kopish.
I could easily get one.
Exactly.
Just pick one up.
That's
So
true.
you do whip this snake, and there's a little twitch of it. I'm just going to get some more doom from you. Can't think of another complication right now.
Okay.
But yeah, basically just slowly slithers down the hole. But you're
What's the
pretty sure
reaction
it'll die.
What's the
So I
reaction of the
release
king
it.
The reaction from the king,
and Semaket when this prince says what he says?
well, they were waiting to, all looking at the king, and the king just nods. That's all you saw from him.
But keep an eye on Semaket because he's probably clearly unhappy. Do we detect that?
Hard to say at this distance. Do you want to do an inside roll? Difficulty 3?
No, I won't even bother. I don't know. I'll tell you what. Let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go.
Give it a go.
Let's see how many complications you can
Wine.
muster. Yeah, you can tell.
Oh,
You think that he sort of is relieved a little bit that that huge snake beast is gone, but other than that, you can't really identify what his reaction to this offer is. To say, "Oh, let's host these guys." Like,
So what's the response of the crowd?
they are very
When they
quiet.
say-
They're very
Even when
quiet.
he says they're now our guests?
A few of them hesitantly applaud and cheer, but only a few, and then they sort of stare at you mainly.
Okay, so it wasn't like the last time where they were excited about our progress and the way that we had treated
I think they're a
the,
bit shocked.
others.
I think
Okay.
they're truly a bit shocked that this huge beast, the mother of serpents, basically has been probably fatally wounded.
are they not entertained?
I
I
tell
don't
you
think
what,
we give him
actually,
much of a show.
Semaket seems
we
to
were
be.
Quick show.
I'll tell you this: Semaket seems to be a bit surprised. And as you look up there, this noble woman, the princess maybe, sitting next to Semaket and Meketre. Trying to get the names in my head. She sort of gives you a wry little smile. So,
Do we have a name for her already?
no, not yet. The
Yeah.
guards come
Oh, no.
down. You see this portcullis basically opening, and a couple of the tunnel towards the main fortress, and a couple of the guards trooping out and sort of surrounding you and gesturing. This way, they say in their strange Stygian.
And
Okay.
And then
Just
they
the-
say, but before you
royal-
go, you will have to put on your weapons. As guests of the court, you have nothing to fear, but we cannot risk you walking around with your weapons. So please hand them over.
Will you give those weapons back to us?
Of course.
Yeah, well, we don't have much choice, do we?
Apart from
No,
that one.
so I'll put
They
down
don't
my
have a
whip.
weapon to put down anymore.
Okay, so yeah, I'll put down my whip and the dagger and a knife.
Don't you have your secret knife option?
Always.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's I always have a secret knife somewhere, and I'm gonna keep my fan because I don't think they saw. I'm not sure if they realized that I used his weapon. Looks like a fan.
Looks like a fan. Let me see how brilliant these guards are.
And the royal family, if you want to call it, is essentially Sekhmet, then Meketre, and the princess.
All will be revealed.
And the father,
Right.
and then Hotep, the king. Yeah?
Yeah, but I don't think he was at the arena, was he?
Yeah, you had the.
They
Oh.
all were.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah,
okay,
the
so there are
king
like
there and
4
Seneca next to
royals.
Yeah.
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 So let me
Yeah,
just
it
find
has been
this
some
fan.
time.
The fan is hidden 1, isn't it? Your fan.
Mm.
So it requires an observation test with a difficulty of 1 to locate it, which I just made. So the guy is actually pointing at your fan. It's like, that as well.
I'm gonna try to persuade him that I'm gonna try to persuade him with the look on my face and a bit of a wink that
Go on, say it.
that
Go on.
it is my it is my fan for the heat, and it is by no means a weapon, and so maybe later on we can discuss this. And so I'm going to give him a bit of a wink to kind of have him think that more might come of a conversation with me.
Right.
Surely you don't want to part the lady of her fan.
Exactly.
Yes,
a young
exactly.
lady.
Surely you don't. Yeah.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah.
I just closed the guard, didn't I? Ah, dafty. So let me have a look how much he can resist you here. Social 11? I don't think so. You won't have 11. Oh, look. He's got 2 successes.
Oh.
He's not swayed by your charms. I would appreciate another talk with you later, but I still have my orders. I need to make sure that everything that could potentially be a weapon is taken off you. So sorry.
I
take it
give it
personally.
to him, and I give him my. Damn it!
Damn it. The fan. So let's take you out of this place. So you're now basically being escorted through the long tunnel and then through a series of other further gates. The guards are around you to either sides. The tunnel you've seen before. There are some barred cells and so on, but you came out the other side now, and you see that the gate into the city is open.
Was there anyone else in the cells?
No,
when we
there
passed
wasn't. But you also see that this tunnel is now illuminated with strange greenish light, which is emanating from little stones, basically. And the lead guard, just as he walks by, he just stretches out his hand, and then the next lot always light up with these green light stones. You had to blink in the darkness previously, but they seem to be quite cool, quite sort of magic or something, maybe. Yeah, so extremely strange light, but it is light. Procession leaves the tunnels and enters what must be the fortress itself. A narrow space with terrace steps that slopes upward. Several towers of unusual architecture jut above the walls. Many are the small buildings upon either side of the courtyard. It all looks a little bit decrepit. Yeah, a little bit fallen down, really. It must have been very, very impressive at some point, but it must be so old that it starts to crumble. Yeah, it is dark now, but you can see that a lot of the citizens, denizens, whatever you want to call them, of this place are coming out to see you. You see eyes in the dark, you see people coming out with lights, looking at you. Basically, you are the main attraction right now.
Is it large enough to have? Is it large enough to have streets around this circular building? Is it a circular wall around?
I'll put you on the map. And it doesn't have a scale, okay. I think. Does it? Oh, yes, it has. But it gives you a bit of an impression.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. It does.
So G is where you come from. That's the arena where you came from. And then you basically, the tunnel is, well, let me see if I can doodle on this. Tunnel is from here to there, basically. And then you go through the other gates. Is it a gate? No, actually,
Heading
the tunnel.
upward.
I think the tunnel actually is further. You come out on the other side of the gate.
Okay.
The gate itself is not actually opening for you.
And we've been moving upward.
There's a slight incline, yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So
And
basically,
then there's.
Go on.
I was just going to ask, are there. So there are lights in the windows of the kind of residential areas?
Yeah, there are torches there and some other lights, but basically you can see that a lot of people are eyeing you up. Now, some of you are pretty good in society on law, right? Or Stygians.
Lower,
I
possibly.
mean,
Yeah, so Mortas, you notice that the sort of fashion these guys are wearing seems to be vaguely Stygian, but it's centuries out of date. It's very unfashionable what they're wearing. And you see that some of the clothes are
season.
quite shabby and they are repaired many a time or copied maybe. And many of the people around you that come out to look at you are wearing some masks.
So this is by no means a flourishing society here. If
No.
everything is in a state of disrepair.
Being
That's right.
stuck in time.
Hmm. Do they look like? I guess I asked Mortaz. They look like they're wearing old clothes. Does this mean that the culture is more progressed now, or was it more progressive before? Like, do they look kind of more conservative and more religious, or do they look kind of more relaxed? Like, what's their social
think
differences between the current
they're
time and the
religious.
past time?
They're religious, probably old Stygian ways, which I'm not in too much into, but I would think, looking at their garments and everything, that they've mostly stuck to the old and Stygian ways.
Was it a harsher society?
From the records, it shows that there were different manners, but some aspects were harsher, some aspects were a bit more lenient.
Do you remember?
Punishment for crimes were much worse.
Do you think that they'll honor us and not?
Honor was big back then, much more than it is now. I think we can
So-
trust. Yeah,
Cheers.
Not convinced you can trust them at any point.
So these people look very strange, as you say, and many of them are wearing masks or veils as well. And as soon as a couple of them get in the way, the guards snarl at them, just like, get back, get back. Well, it's always just short orders, basically. So that might give you something about the social interaction here. You see a few
The
glimpses.
masked ones.
Sorry?
We established, like last or the session before, that some, like there is a gradient of human to snake people. Are the masked ones the ones that seem to be more snake?
It's hard to say because they're masked.
Yeah, but for example, like are their eyes like yellow and slitted and?
Do me a difficulty to
Blink
insight
around.
test. Difficulty to
Inside?
or an observation.
No, inside is what I
very
mean.
bad inside.
I know.
Yeah. Coincidence?
But it makes it nonetheless, of course. Those are...
Of course he does. Yeah.
Do you play the lottery? You should.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are the numbers?
You should. Yeah.
Sometimes you're lucky.
Lucky with numbers, yes. They are definitely hiding something. So putting one and one together, you basically think, well, they might be ashamed of their snake-like features or something like that. So it would make sense if they're trying to hide it. You can't outright see it, but that would make sense.
Yeah.
You glimpse a few of the architectural details, and you can see that there's different waves, essentially, of architecture going on. Some of it looks a bit Stygian, some of it looks much older.
Okay.
No? Okay. Thought there might be a follow-up question on that. You then get ushered through the fortress to an intact building near the main hall. It should be. I hope it's on the legend. It isn't. Of course it isn't.
No.
So the main hall is B, right? Can you see
Yes.
that on the map?
Main hall's big.
So
Yeah,
I
it
guess,
looks like a temple.
Yeah.
It looks like a temple. That's what I thought. I thought, well, it looks like
Mm,
it looks
I
like an
guess-
altar at the end.
I guess it must be this place or something. It doesn't actually show it on the map. It just mentions in the text where you're being gathered. So, and through the door, once you're through there, there's curtains hanging there, and you come into a large, opulent room with a large circular central bath within it. Easily, the bathtub, if you like, easily 4 yards across and a yard deep. It's mostly intact. Mosaic tiles look lovely. Yeah, colorful and so on. The room's walls are all painted in bright colors, and there's curtains hung and soft furnishings around, even though it's wet here. And everything is a bit worn and faded, but you can see that it was very grand at some point. Surrounding the pool in the middle are some alcoves as well, with curtains again, with well-crafted wooden furniture in there, and there are servants waiting for you already as you come in there, presenting food, and garments are lying there, and they're welcoming you. I've got a little picture here for you. Let me show you this.
Oh, well, that's impressive.
Roughly.
Oh my.
Yeah. And as you come in, some order shouted basically, and people are pulling some stoppers from some stone chute somewhere, and warm water's running into the tub, smelling slightly of sulfur, but apparently that's good for you. Some servants light bundles of aromatic herbs around, and basically it bursts into activity as you're coming in, and you're being treated as honored guests. They gesture towards the large bathtub in the middle and invite you to disrobe and go for a swim. If you want to.
Might as well make the
Always
most
steals
of
my
it.
pictures.
Well, I don't.
You know?
It's running
I
around
don't-
in rags.
Yeah, well, you can.
Yeah,
get
I
rid
don't
of
care.
them.
I put my clothes aside and I start peeling off my stuff, and I've got wounds, I guess,
Mhm.
and I don't even care about the others in the kind of group. I'm just I want to soak, and I figure if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die in a bathtub, and that will be fine. So, and I kind of look and show my wounds to or my kind of scrapes and bruises and stuff to the attendant to see if they'll acknowledge some way of kind of treating me or helping me out.
Not directly, no. Not directly. They offer you some drinks.
In this
and some
case,
food.
I would. Yeah. In this case, I would go around and dish out some bandaging and healing for everyone who needs it. Like, I don't think we have any open wounds in the group anymore. Do
Your
we?
vigor and
No.
your resolve have refilled
Yeah.
anyway after the last battle. So
No one has
only
any open
untreated
wounds.
wounds is really what we're looking at, or untreated trauma, which I don't think anybody's got.
Just
So-
for roleplay purposes, I'll just take my healer's bag and put the bandage there and the plaster there, and
Yeah.
do the things, the works.
Yeah, you may want to do that after the bath.
Okay, so the current
Very
current
certain you
vigor and
should heal those wounds before you go into sulfur-smelling water, but
It's healing, right?
yeah.
I'm
I-
not a real-life medic here, so what do I
But
know?
I'm tough, so I'm tough, so I'm like, nah, this doesn't hurt. Ow, frick! Ow.
Rid of one bloody
I
water.
get in. But just to clarify, our vigor and resolve are now back to our maximum.
Yes, they are.
Yep.
Unless
Okay.
there's fatigue, which might have reduced it from maximum. In a little diamond.
No, good.
I think we got rid of the fatigue before
think
we
we did.
entered the arena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some at some point.
You had some rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
So you go. The water is lovely. It's nice and warm. They, even to the side of the bathtub, they basically bring some food for you and some drinks, some liquor on golden plates and golden goblets. It's fresh fruit, seafood. Yeah. Oh, it looks very lovely.
That's probably a welcome because we've been living off poor food for the last day or so, haven't we?
longer than that.
We also have been poisoned at every step of the way whenever we got offered food.
Well,
Yeah.
Just to keep that in mind.
I'm
Third time's a
eating
charm,
it.
right?
I think
Yeah.
it looks like the food that was in the
Sometimes
basket.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. They can kill us anyway. So they don't
Yeah,
have to
that's
poison us.
actually a fair point.
Yeah.
that could have easily killed you. Yeah.
But the fish looks like the fish that we had seen in the baskets that were off when we had come around the cove.
Yeah, could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
well,
a
it does
seafood,
take
I mean,
a
seafood
glass
is
of
seafood.
wine as he observes the art on the walls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I said it again. What are you looking for?
No, Mo does just take a glass of wine as he observes the art on the walls. If we're
it's-
going by the picture.
It's quite strong, the wine. It's actually some sort of liquor, you reckon. Quite strong. But it's heavy and heady. And you hear some of the staff around you basically talking to each other in a mix of Stygian and Kushite accents, but very, very old-fashioned. You can
Do
do
the
it.
pictures tell a story?
Let's have a look at the pictures in a minute. I know that Mortis is on our great linguists. Do you want to do a daunting linguistics test? And I might tell you a little bit more.
Daunting is D2.
3. Challenging is 2. Daunting is 3.
There is one momentum you could have used.
Not quite enough.
We'll save it. It's just the linguistics.
It sounds old-fashioned, but that's pretty much all I can tell you at this. So, there are some decorations on the walls. They look ancient. Some of them look almost a bit Stygian, but most of them actually look a bit older. You're also good at law, aren't you?
Yep.
Just do me a
Roll for lore.
normal law test. Just a difficulty 1. Oh yeah, that's better. So, you can always give me the momentum for an extra bit of information, or you can bank it.
I'll take it for now.
You think that some of these murals and the mosaics are actually so old there must be a Cheronian. So, an era before humanity, maybe even before humanity really made a big splash here in this bathtub.
Because you say
That can be
Asheronian,
explained.
does the architecture and the murals remind me or us of the dream world?
It does actually remind you a little bit of that, yes. It is ancient, as I said. There are scenes here of people arriving on this island. There are scenes of worship of Set, the snake god. There are scenes of, trade, of agriculture, of wealth, but some of them are ancient. It's a bit hard to see exactly what's going on. Well, that's the sort of
So
the
this
general
place has
impression.
been taken over by the Stygians, and it was here previously.
It looks like that, yes.
Are there any depiction of conquest? As
No,
in the people that built this city drove out the people that were here before?
not here, no. Not in the bathhouse.
It could have been deserted, couldn't it have been, and they've taken it on. So it may have been gained without conquest needed.
Yeah, or castaways.
Maybe.
So the images
Maybe,
that
yeah.
so I would imagine that I'm still in the bath
Yeah.
drinking my heady wine,
Liquor.
and I'm looking around at the images. Is there are there people depicted in these images?
There are indeed some people depicted there,
You can see it,
And
but only what
And
you think must be the
is-
more modern ones, the more recent ones.
and does it look as are they just reposing and bathing and doing kind of regular things, or are they doing kind of heroic things such as a battle or victories over
Regular
hunting?
things. This is all sort of bucolic imagery. Yeah, so it's not battles, not conquests, not something like that. There's a little bit of religious imagery, like thanking the gods, Set or other gods maybe. for plentiful harvest, etc. But that's pretty much it.
Okay. So it's a place. It's the art is generally there for our enjoyment and relaxation, as opposed to setting up kind of let's go out and fight.
Yeah, it's much seems to be a place of rest, not a combat training place.
Okay.
Makes sense. So they're all happy scenes, effectively.
Yeah. He
Okay.
says confidently, making that on the spot.
Well, enjoy the food and the wine. Make the most of that rest and relaxation, because we may need our strength
It is.
for what comes next.
You can't remember the last time you actually had time to just relax and chill. Yeah, wherever you were the months before now, since you've been traveling on this, there was always something to run after. There was somebody to fear, something to look out for. You never really had this time to chill.
Yeah. Very true.
And
Even
I'm
though we are-
absolutely taking full advantage of it.
Yeah.
Making the most.
Although we are very much in a dangerous place to us, so we're probably not fully relaxed. We're just like, okay, we know something's coming next, but let's make the most of what we got here.
As you climb out of the bath, after a while, there are fresh robes and fresh clothes for you.
Fresh clothes, as in their style, or
Yeah, they're nothing
modern
special,
style.
but yeah, in their style.
and better. Would it be better quality than what they're wearing? Like, I'm trying to
It's
establish.
better quality than the town folk were wearing,
Yes,
but it's not
Yeah,
necessarily
that's what I
better
mean.
than what you would normally be wearing at home. Or on
and it's
travels.
not also up there in equal inequality with those who were part of the leadership party in the gallery.
It's not quite as good as that stuff. No.
Okay.
In between. Your guests. You're not
Okay.
royalty.
So I'm trying to figure out if they're treating us
level.
like honored guests, or
Yeah.
if we're just like
Guests are honored guests.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to engage in conversation with them at all or not?
Do they understand us?
Well, it sounded like ancient Stygian, so if you know Stygian, you can probably find your way through it. Or if you're a linguist.
No, he'll just keep observing the art. If you guys want to communicate, try.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't
I wonder if this-
speak Stygian, so
We can get Manchester to translate. I wonder if it's worth just
call
kind
me
of
over.
getting a feel from the servants about what life is like here. What's the kind of regime like? You know, is it put one step out of place and you're executed? You know, is it like they reign through terror?
No, they
You
don't.
kind of get any.
They don't reveal a lot of detail, to be honest. They're not there to chat. But they just say,
No.
oh, life is good under the king.
okay, I'm gonna do an observation check.
Yeah, okay. Difficulty 2.
Okay, I want to see if they're lying.
What you detect is the practiced politeness of a servant. You don't know whether it's true or not, but they're definitely being polite. You can't see past that shield.
I turn to Mortaz and say, ask them if they get a lot of guests.
I'll ask the stranger. You guys have a lot of visitors here, or is it
No, we don't have a lot of guests. but
recently?
Sometimes the king wants to honor other people who live on the island, but we don't get a lot of outsiders at all. No.
Other people on the island, are they your people in different settlements, or are they other people?
No, we are all subjects of our king. But sometimes one subject or another does something special and gets treated.
Hmm. And do some people get executed for doing the wrong thing then?
Just look at each other and say, yeah, it has been known, yes, but don't worry. No harm will come to you. Prince Miketre has promised.
Tell us about this prince. Is he the real leader here, or is it the king?
Well, the king, of course. Prince is just the prince. He's not the king.
I would also like to inquire about the woman that was up there. If she's the queen, the princess, the courtesan.
She is Prince Miketre's consort.
Mm.
Her name is Hekwit. So I would pronounce it at least. She is the daughter of the king.
Have we heard that name before?
Well, I don't think
Hekret?
so.
The daughter of
I don't
the
know.
king, as in his consort is his sister.
No. Miketre is not the king.
Yeah,
No,
the prince
Miketre is the prince,
Yeah,
which means
so-
he's the son of the king. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And she,
No. She's the daughter, but he's not the
I was thinking the same thing, but
a different king. Okay, all
No,
good.
the king is called, depending where you
That's
look in the
I
book.
thought
Important-
I thought the
important detail
same
here.
thing.
The king later in the book is called Apophis. Early in the book he's called Aphopis. So depending where you read it in the book, it's not consistent. That's the king. His daughter is Hekwit.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And the other guy,
Okay.
Miketre, is called the prince, but he is not like the Apophis' son. He comes from
He's
somewhere
not
else.
related.
So who's Nenhotep?
The father of Miketre, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
you've got two different
Who's not the
lines
king?
going on here.
Yeah.
I'll get that now.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
because he's of the noble kings and queens of Stygia, whereas these other guys, Apophis and Hekwit, are locals.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Miketre is the grandson of Tothmacri.
Yeah,
Which, yeah.
there you go. Need your scholar with you.
Do the servants know if Sekhmet is directly related to Nenhotep, Miketre, and Tothmekri? Like in
Not
brother,
Sekhmet,
cousin sort of way?
Semaket.
Simaket.
Semaket.
He said.
Well, when they were standing close to each other there on the days, they look like twins. So you probably can answer the question
Okay.
for yourself. They just say,
Yeah,
"Oh,
okay.
they must come from the same line." Any more
We
swimming?
have a family
Any more?
tree. One of them.
No. I'm getting out and I'm getting dressed, or I've got dressed.
You hear in the distance a slight bell ring. And the servants say, "Oh, you will be called to audience in a few minutes. You need to get ready."
Do we have any of our armor? Like, do I have my padded jerkin,
It's
or
there.
do we just have?
It's
Yes.
there. They haven't removed it. So you can take it with you if you like, or you can just leave it there. And tell the servants to look after it.
I look to the others to see what Creus and Durzo are doing. Like, are they putting on their armor over this stuff, or are they putting it under it, or are they not?
I really have to check what kind of armor I'm actually wearing, but I think it's some sort of gambeson.
Yeah, a pallet jacket of some sort.
Yeah,
Bring it
mine.
in. Yeah, no, that stuff stays here. That's.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not-
I assume the
not-
clothes we
So
have are like some tunics of some sort,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
like nothing that can conceal a full suit of armor.
No.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes, I'm not bringing the shield along as well. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. So I leave my stuff, other than
as we
What I
as we
may
said
have
before,
on my
if they wanted
person
it there,
near
we
me.
would be. So
Can they arrange for repairs to our armor?
You can
Oh, that's a
ask
good one.
You can ask them to
Oh,
clean
that's
it.
an awesome question.
Can we get this repaired whilst we're gone?
Well, we like, look at their clothes and ripped and torn and stained and everything. Well, we can see what we can do, but I can't make any
And
promises.
and
Maybe someone could fetch my sword. It should be stuck in the snake.
Hmm.
You get
You
a
need
slight
sharpening.
laugh from that, like you're
Yeah.
cracking a good joke. So let's move this on. So you hear another knock, knock, knock on one of the doors. Let's say that's the door there at the back, the red one. And in come a couple of
Yeah.
guards standing there, speaking in low tones to some of the servants, and they just gesture to you and said, "You have been asked to come for an audience with the prince." They bow.
Okay, lead the way.
Follow the guards through. So, actually, instead of leading the way, instead of that, the prince comes to you. Misread that. So the guards basically make a bit of room and then nod, and then in comes Prince McEttrick with huge, wide open arms, and he smiles at you and says, "Oh, welcome, welcome." Walks over to one of the little couches, picking a piece of scarlet fruit from one of the golden bowls and pouring himself a deep goblet of fiery liquor. The same liquor that you had, so seems to be not be poisoned. I am so glad that you're here. I hope the accommodations are to your satisfaction.
They're fine.
Good.
Thank you.
You try to kill us, and now we're guests.
Oh, I didn't try to kill you. You were there. Semeket
Your
brought
brother
you in
did.
for some entertainment, but when I saw how heroically you were fighting, I stopped the proceedings and kept you from being killed. Give me
Thank
some
you.
credit.
The aim was for our death, though, was it not?
The aim was for
For
some
your
entertainment.
entertainment, the
But
aim
that was
was that we would
before
die.
I saw you, the mighty warriors that you are. Please let that
I think
slight
I
hitch
understand. We
not-
were
not
strangers.
spoil the mood between us. We are no longer strangers. You are my guests. You're my guests.
Yeah.
So I
We
have
don't
to-
know his name yet, right?
Oh, my name is McEttrick, Prince McEttrick. But you can just call me Prince.
He did introduce himself, didn't he, when
Yeah.
we won? When we beat
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. Okay.
You see, I have been
Prince-
deceived by Semaket, as I said. My newly discovered cousin. But he doesn't seem to like you much, you know?
Newly discovered.
Yes. He only recently arrived on the island. I think he was on the same ship as you, was he not?
How do
Yeah.
you know he is what he says he is?
Oh, you just need to take a look
Other
at him.
than maybe the... Yes, but
I knew the full family history when we started talking to him. I was well versed in it.
could he be deceiving you?
He might be, but I don't think he deceives us about being relatives of us. So, but he looks around, saying, "Please take a seat, get a drink," and motions to the guards who station themselves at the doorway and close it, and the servants disappear with your clothes for mending and so on. And these things. So, tell me something about your journeys. What brought you here? How did you end up on this island?
Well, we got drugged, kidnapped, enslaved, and essentially washed ashore.
Exactly.
So you didn't aim to come here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's a good
Semicate's
question.
in our position.
Because Semaket
In
seems
a way,
to
we didn't.
come here on purpose.
Yeah.
So were you
And he
his
brought series of
associates?
No.
No.
We were prisoners of Semiket on the ship.
Mhm. Yeah, I gathered as much because
Until
the
we
way he
escape.
was talking about you.
Hmm.
He said you must not be trusted. But to be honest,
Yeah.
I don't trust him a lot. I must speak frankly and make an offer to you. As you can see, my own position here at court is a curious one. We are ruled on this island of Nessus by Apophis, the king, but he's no Stygian, and it's not seemly for one of Tothmekri's line to bow to any king. It is not possible to return to the mainland to reclaim my inheritance there. I cannot strike against him here for fear of loyalists who move unseen among our court, and those who would not support me if I claimed the throne myself. So I can't move against him, but maybe you could.
Yeah, but isn't this just a matter of time? I mean, you're married to his daughter, so shouldn't you be the next in line by default?
Married? She's my consort, yes. But anyway, you see, she is just as impatient as I am. And the king has been alive.
You talk of treason, you do. You talk of treason, Maketra.
I wouldn't say
Is this
treason.
what you seek us to do?
An engineered succession is not treason.
What are you wanting us to do? Lay your cards on the table. What is it you want us to do?
Well, let me just find the right paragraph. Because it's long, I didn't want to read it all out. Well, for the current rule here, you know, Tothmekri, though he's a prince like I am, had no interest in claiming the island. He said it's beneath him, so he swore a pact to the island's king. That's actually the same king that's still sitting here, I think. That Tothmekri would only remain a guest here, and thus his household came to serve as a hereditary king. To serve a hereditary. I can't say that word. Hereditary. Right? Is that right? Hereditary? Hereditary. Okay. Serve as a hereditary king whose descendant you have met. In that bygone time, a curse was wrought, a bargain agreed by all concerned that should one of Tothmekri's line betray this pact and claim the throne without being rightfully offered it, a curse would befall him. And I don't want that curse on me. So what I'm looking for is basically this. The king lacks a male heir, and although he will not designate me as next king, I would become it should some fate befall him. Should he be, incapacitated or maybe unable to rule, then the crown would pass to his only child, the Princess Heckwit, and with that, to us, Heckwit and me. So, well, that's what we're looking for. I have the means of freedom.
I'm a scholar of noble interactions, but isn't that quite the definition of betraying and, you getting the curse? By you telling us to do it for you?
I don't think so, no, because I wouldn't be moving against him. And I would not be getting the crown. Heckwit would get the crown.
I mean, I also didn't cut off the head of the snake. My sword did, but you see where I'm getting here.
Yeah. You want us to kill the king. That's what you're saying. In black and white, you want us to kill the king. For you to become the king.
Essentially, in shorthand, yes. It lacks certain elegance if you put it like this, but yes. Yeah.
Chris is not a man of elegance.
How well does... I would assume he's speaking either Hyperborean or Aquilonian. Is he?
Officially speaking Stygian.
Or we all translating through... No, it does.
Yeah, it's more...
Is he speaking Stygian or is he speaking... Stygian. Okay, so we're getting interpretation.
You're getting interpretation, but you know that you have a very capable linguist, so you trust your interpretation.
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering about where he may have been educated. Okay, so I say to him, but things seem to be there seems to be a flaw in your plan, Prince.
Oh yeah.
Semerket is now here. Would he not claim the throne?
Well, my apparent cousin, I'm convinced he cannot be trusted. He came to us and was skulking around, and only his resemblance to me kept him alive after all. Tothmekri's shade, however, told me to expect your coming, and when asked, Semerket offered you up as participants in this tedious blood game that the king continues to insist upon. Even now, my cousin conspires with Apophis to betray his ancestor Tothmekri. Did you know that? So he's sort of sidling up to the king. He believes in nothing for himself, save for himself, and he would seize what power he can at whatever cost, no matter what happens to Tothmekri's soul in the afterworld. So you're right to point out that he could be a problem. But I think Hagrid and myself have enough loyal followers here to overcome Semaket.
Why not support Semeket's doing the whole kill the king, become king himself part? Let him take the curse and then just, pick up the scraps? If you're worried about the curse, as you say.
I have a feeling that he has his own game. I think that he is offering help with to help the king at the price of Tothmekri's own soul in the afterworld. And maybe he tries to get Hagrid over to his side and the king's favor, so he will be the next follower here. I don't know. I can just tell you that I don't trust anything he says.
For the soul of Tothmekri?
Say again?
What would be his use for the soul of Tothmekri in the afterlife? As in, what is one supposed to do with a soul?
Right. No, I jumped over so much stuff I have to rewind now. I know what you have encountered in the other world of the dead. I know that you follow Tothmekri's soul, and that you're caught up in this enchantment of that strange black jewel. I know Oracle, but Tothmekri himself has spoken to me in visions. He fears the judgment that he faces in the Hall of the Dead, and he resents being a slave to an Asheronian wizard called Xosath. So he feels that Xosath himself might bargain his soul to escape his own judgment. Tothmekri was, I admitted, madman. He lost his mind when he was exiled here and burned his flagship himself to prevent any from returning. He took one of the island's people here as his mate and fathered my own father. In time, though, he met his end, and when a group of pirates came out of the sea, how they knew where it was, I will never know. They stormed the fortress and slew many. The rest of the household taking refuge elsewhere on the island in the volcanic tunnels that run beneath it. They returned to a looted palace, but much of their wealth was concealed and remains here still. Years later, our people have yet to recover from this dastardly raid. I think the captain was called Tranicus the Red. But don't mention him to the king. He's not a big fan.
You seem to know a lot about these visions. Where then is the jeweled eye? Where is that?
The king has it somewhere. But I have a means of...
Why would he want it? Why would he want it?
I don't know why he wanted it, but Semaket gave it to him. And I have the means of freeing you from the curse of this jewel, though, so you would no longer be bound to it. Hagrid is no stranger to the magical arts. She is a great magician, a great sorcerer. She aids you. You might never again be drawn into the afterworld. She would see me take the throne, even if only to rule a kingdom so minor as this. Perhaps, eventually, we might take what remains of our fortune and return to the world to Stygia. Even if I were still to remain in exile, would be an exile amongst men and not alone and forsaken beyond mortal thought on this island. So what do you say?
What you're offering to us is... No, just so we can, think this through. What you're offering is we get rid of the king Apophis.
Apophis,
Yeah.
And Semaket while we're at it. So
Well,
like a 2-for-1 kind of deal.
if that happened to work out, then yes.
And as a reward, we get rid of the amulet's curse,
Yeah,
rich beyond measure, and a ferry back to the mainland.
yes,
You become king.
yes. I become king. So again, actually, Hagrid becomes
and-
queen.
How can
The
we
only
trust that
question
you-
remaining is how can we be sure that, you will keep your end of the bargain?
Exactly.
After all, you're holding all the cards.
Well,
You may then have us just killed.
I'm a word of my honor.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I'm a man of
Can you
of-
give us some time
of
to
honor.
discuss this
You can
between?
discuss it. Please do. Sleep on it, by all means. But think carefully. Your position here is precarious, so you could do with a good friend. Even if it's a friend born out of necessity.
Maketre, Prince. I think we might benefit from having a conversation with Hekret
Well,
to get her unbiased opinion.
she has retired for the evening, but you are to be presented to the court tomorrow. So maybe you can have a word with her then.
Will you be able to secure that our weapons are returned to us?
Alas, not while you're here, but I can arrange. If we come to an understanding, I might be able to arrange something for you to retrieve them.
And what ultimately is in it for us?
You would be freed from the curse of the jewel. And I'm sure we can rustle up some nice gold and treasure for you before sending you back to the mainland.
Looking around doesn't look like you have a lot of gold.
He looks at the golden goblets and golden plates that where your food was served on. We have quite a bit left.
Your king doesn't care about the fact that the structure's falling down around him?
Well, it is ancient. We do our best.
But you're lacking
So-
the craftsman artisan to keep it in proper repair.
Have you seen how old these are? They're thousands of years old. It's just that the substance of the volcanic rock crumbles after a while. But we try.
Let us
I mean-
let us think upon this and retire.
Yes.
Please, your quarters are just along this corridor, just like mine. So you're in the same luxury
One
as I
question
am.
before you go, Prince. One question before you go, Prince. If our decision is no, we do not wish to help you. What does that mean to us?
Then you'll be left for the decision of the king, whatever he wants to do with you.
As
And
in,
it
we
was
get-
you who probably saved our lives after we defeated the snake. So the king could quite easily snuff our lives out.
He could. I think that Semaket is working on him to get his own agenda, and Semaket is not a big fan of yours. He tried to deliver you into your deaths, and you have escaped it. Again, you have thwarted him again. I think he grows impatient.
But surely you could persuade the king that after our deeds we are free to leave. Could you not?
Our deed is to kill the king, so
Depends which deed you're talking about.
Yeah. Our
I
the
just
deed
DQ
want-
of killing the king.
In amongst all this discussion, before we retire and go our separate ways, I want to know how long it's been since Semerket has actually arrived. Is it exactly the same as us? So we're talking about what, a couple of days?
Day or two,
Yeah, 3 days, 4 days, is it? Something like that.
And he's
And-
wielding. So this is all in our minds, but he's wielding that amount of influence with the king over Mekekre.
Indeed.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
you could probably think that Meketre, having been the sort of the prince for a long, long time, must be doing something wrong if the king still doesn't trust him with it. So maybe he's just saying, oh, look, I've got an alternative now.
Yeah. Okay.
And when was the last time you made contact with other Stygians? In general, other people from outside the island?
Or other
Doesn't matter.
civilizations, yeah.
The last time was before I was alive, I think. This was when the pirate Tranicus came here. That was the last time that outsiders came to the island. There's no timeline.
Okay. Well, can you leave us to talk upon this, and we will be in
Please.
contact with you shortly.
If you need anything, he points at one of the servants. Just tell. Come up with a name.
That's up for the GM to come
Call
up
her
with names
Fulvia.
of servants.
Yeah.
Just call her Fulvia.
Fulvia.
Just tell Fulvia, and she will sort you out.
Has she been
What's
overhearing our conversation?
Has she been? No, she's standing
Overhearing our
far enough away
conversation.
that she didn't hear everything.
Okay.
Okay. And the guards are not there either, though, so it's just
were
us with
outside
the
the door.
fence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
But he sort of shouts, and the guards come back in. He says, "Oh, all right. I think we're done then." And doors open.
Right. Right. Well, it kind of feels like we don't have much choice in reality. I think,
Yeah.
unless we attempt to escape.
So he bids you good night and sweet dreams. And off he
Yeah,
goes.
yeah. Sorry, I thought we'd gone yet. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think we have much choice in some ways, even though it kind of works in our favour.
I mean, he doesn't seem to be interested in this whole amulet affair. But
Yeah. But we still
Yeah,
need to come
that's-
to a proper conclusion with that,
Do we-
don't we?
But
do
he
we
knows about
lose
it.
anything by getting rid of Samaket and the king? As in, we are
Do we
like
lose?
amulet, like plot-wise, we're at this exact same place. We still have a Stygian heir
Yeah.
that is a potential part of this whole prophecy.
Mhm.
But
Exactly,
we are
yeah.
rid of Samaket, who needs to be dead since like 5 episodes. So I
So
see this
we
as an
can't kill
absolute win.
Semaket. I think that's what you're saying. We can't kill Semaket. I don't think the king is that relevant.
Yeah, I guess we just need to agree to kill the king so we get access to the whole, the weapons, the bribed guards, the directions to where they are.
It's in our best interest, even if we double cross him.
Yeah.
But I think we need more facts.
Yeah. It
Like, I
feels
think we
don't
say
have much
yes.
choice. Yeah.
And then, but we're still assessing in the meeting that we have tomorrow
Yeah.
when we wake up, right?
Yeah.
And then we also need a plan on how to actually achieve a double murder.
And how
Because
truthful.
where I got
is
it, the entire point is to make it not look like the king got murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you gonna do that?
Mm.
Accidents.
I have 3
A big
paralytics.
copish blade through his chest is a bit obvious.
Yeah, I was just about to say I'm not very subtle at my killing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. You're not subtle.
Nope.
No.
How much can we trust Maketra though? Because I don't think we can trust him at all.
No, I don't
And
think so.
how do we know that Semaket is not getting him to speak to us? So he's kind of giving this kind of illusion that Semaket and the king are maybe working on something. That could all be lies.
Yeah,
They
but
look
even
like-
if it are lies, our situation doesn't change much.
No, it doesn't.
If we say no to it, we are essentially dead because Yeah. And if we say yes,
We have to
then
say
at least
yes.
we have to say it. Yeah. But
We have to say yes, but then
Hyborian
I don't
Railroad.
trust him. I noticed the fact that he looks like a twin. Like they look like twins.
Yeah.
And we know that this is part of the prophecy. So he may be part of that. Like
Yeah.
him ascending to the throne may be part of the fulfillment of the prophecy.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Exactly.
He also knew an awful lot about the prophecy, the visions,
Yeah.
but still claimed he is not interested in it.
Yeah.
So,
that doesn't
that.
sound right at all.
Easy.
Like he just dismissed the fact that the eye was with the king.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, your suggestion of speaking with Hackett,
I think that's an
Mm.
essential part.
Yeah.
Just to have a feel for if she can actually, like, if she is the sorceress McCatra claims she is.
But what can we speak to her about without giving away what we've been asked to do? It's difficult, isn't it?
Ask about her father. Ask about the relationship. Like, see if it's a positive relationship, or see if Semerket has been trying to move in on her. She is a consort.
Which is also so weird to me. Why would the king of the island give his daughter as a consort to, the
And
guy
not
he
as a
doesn't like?
princess.
It's
I know.
because of the ancient deal that was struck with Tothmekri at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But
And I mean,
the
is-
is the side piece of a Never mind.
And
that.
is she happy? Is she happy? Excuse me. Is she happy about being, just thrown to this guy? Does she want
Maybe
this?
he has
Also, if she is a sorceress, why hasn't she taken care of Metekre? Like, if maybe she wants the power, and it has nothing to do with these two guys.
like an agenda of her own.
What do you think, Martaz?
Heck, what's actually the mastermind behind it all?
That's what I think. Yeah. I'm blaming the women on everything.
A classic.
I still think Tira is in trouble. She's part of the whole plan.
You're secretly one of the
Okay,
people here from the island.
So do we push ahead to the next day?
You can, or you can do something in the night if you like. There's about, 5 pages of what you could get up to in the night. But if you want to push on, you can to the audience. Okay.
Do we want to?
I think it's
Reply to
definitely,
the 2 sneakers in the group, I assume.
yeah, I think it's worth sneaking around just to understand if we've got an exit route, even though we're tied in with this so deeply that we can't just escape the place because we've got to see this through to the end. But I think understanding if there's a path out would be really useful.
And
maybe
McCatra
we
mentioned
can find
that
where
his
the-
room is close to ours, so
Yeah,
it
we may be
stands
able to
just-
overhear the conversation.
yeah.
You
The
basically
problem we
get
got with
into
that
your
is that
rooms.
neither myself or Shiva can understand the language, so we'd have to sneak Moatos around with us.
Good luck.
Very valid point.
That is a good point.
You
Is there a
somehow-
curfew in this?
But if we can find out where she is or where these anyone is, we can work out a path to get to them as safe as possible. Then we can take Moatos with us.
Wait, is there essentially a curfew here, or is this like
Don't know.
free to roam at night?
Well, you've been shown to your quarters, and it's like a little suite of rooms you don't have to share. But there are some guards outside the door. Other than that, you've not been informed of any curfew.
Maybe you could
Are
just
we all in
leave.
this? Are we in the same rooms, or do we all have our own individual rooms, or do I have a room and the 3 of them have a room?
There's a communal area and 3 little rooms off it. How you split yourself out is up to you.
Okay.
So, I think that Creus is probably the best to go around and just sneak, but not interact with anyone. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, to work out
Definitely.
where I can get to or where we can get to. Yeah.
Did we have any alone time in the main room?
Yeah.
So, I would like to look for I guess it doesn't. No, I'm just thinking, how can, like, in our area where we are at the moment, right? So this common area, Creus and I should be looking for a kind of extra exit other than right next to the guards.
Right. There are some windows. They have some bars on them, but you probably could loosen them or destroy them if you wanted to.
We don't have a servant in our area to attend to us.
You can call one, but you don't have one right now.
And there's 2 guards at the entrance of this
That's right.
sectioned off area.
Mhm.
And we're the only people who are in this sectioned off
Yeah.
area.
You are.
Okay, so I think what I might do is I'm going to go to the guards
Mhm.
and distract them while Creus and the others deal with trying to
Sneak out.
get out of the window or whatever.
Are the guards inside?
No, they are
Or
out
are
in
they
the corridor.
outside?
Now they're outside.
Now they are sort of lattice work doors, so it could be slightly tricky, but you can find a way where they don't oversee you.
You just create a
I mean-
distraction, so they're occupied whilst
Yeah.
we.
Yeah,
might
That's
make
what
a
I
bit
was
of noise.
thinking. Yeah, is just occupy them and maybe ask them
Before
for
we
something.
do all of that, can I just try to open the door and walk out?
You can try.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll do
Maybe
it.
we
And
don't
let's
sneak.
just walk out like I know where I'm going. Let's see what
Okay.
happens.
You, as soon as you start walking past the door and not engaging with the guards, I guess you're not talking to them.
No, I'm just,
Yeah.
leaving.
You hear a silver whistle tone from behind you. 2 more guards come around the corner, and the main guard at the door
Okay.
just nods at them, and they escort you.
Oh, okay, then I
Ow.
just take a stroll around the palace and return.
Okay.
So we are this weird in-between space between guests and prisoners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Maybe
valuable
you're on
They're
it.
for our
guests.
protection. Yeah.
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 It's just so you don't get
But
lost.
I would like to do the stroll in a way that I can get the feel of the layout of the hallways, essentially find the quickest way from our suite to the court,
Mhm.
Stuff like that.
It's quite a small place, isn't it, overall, anyway? So,
It's quite a small place.
where did you say our rooms were?
So say again.
Where did you say our rooms were on the map?
Unfortunately, the map decided that it wasn't important.
No,
But if we look at this,
Where
we
would
have,
you suggest
we
they
have
are?
palace. We don't have palace, do we? We have the Great Hall. We have the Watchtower, the Hall of Set, Theatre of Death. We've got the courtiers' chambers, which are on the south side. But
it's
it
really
doesn't actually
between
show
H
where
and
you
F,
are.
isn't it?
So I'm just going to
Is
say
it between H and F?
I would assume one of those small
it's between
buildings
H and
could
F.
be our
Yeah,
quarters.
probably either that or
Or
between
A&I.
C.
Yeah,
and
that's what I was
Cancer.
thinking.
You can
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Right here, let's say.
Yeah,
And
about there somewhere.
I guess I would walk past the well. Is it just a giant hole in the ground?
Oh, you want to have a look in it, do you? It is pretty dark, but as you walk towards it, there's a huge hole in the ground, yes. But there's basically no light falling into it. There's no buckets or troughs or cranes above it, so you don't think it's for water.
Okay. So,
You
and
can
also
do
no
me-
18 points of
You can
resolve
do me an
damage.
observation, but because it's so difficult to see, I'm going to say observation to difficulty rating 3.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna work out. Yeah, no, I'm just not gonna even attempt it.
Aw. Do you want to jump in?
There's no way I can make it. I have no expertise in observation. Like
If only
Right.
there was a way you could fight the hole.
the best I can do is 2. So
Okay, let's bargain. You can have a 2.
okay.
Oh, you can use momentum to roll.
You've got momentum,
Like
I
X.
remember.
Yeah.
Let's use one momentum.
You could
okay?
always ask the guards.
What's in the hole?
Ooh.
That's
Oh, 19.
Oh,
exactly
he
what
falls
I
in the
thought
hole.
would
This is your way. This is your way of getting back at Durzo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Precisely
but I have to think
what
of
I
something
thought
now. How am I supposed to think of something now? Two complications.
Slipped and fall down the road.
Oh,
As you step closer, you hear sort of barked order from behind you in Stygian, like, step back. It's dangerous.
okay. What's down
Wait.
there?
There's a. Do you have a new coat vest yet, or no? Or did you have your old one?
No, I'm in my tunic, flaunting around.
We've got no
Okay.
weapons, remember?
No weapon
I
that you
can't
actually
use it
dropped in the hole.
twice.
All right, how are we going to do this? And you just hear this sort of, you don't see it, but you hear this rustling of scaly bodies slithering and sliding over each other from the bottom of the hole.
It's a snake pit.
And you just have this image in your head that this is the brood of Galoo, which will come to devour you in the middle of the night. I might
Okay.
send you some bad dreams as a complication. I think that's what I'm going to do. I can't think of
But the
anything
hole
else.
itself, it is walled off.
It's got a small lip surrounding it, like a foot high or something. No more than that. But there's a big hole behind it. You can't see the bottom. You can just hear that slithering, sliding, snarling, hissing voice coming up.
There must be a lower tunnel leading to somewhere.
Yeah, I'll complete the stroll and just get back to the quarters.
Right. Let me just see whether I jump something else on you. As you walk back, you also see a couple of these warriors carrying two unconscious castaways from the Calypso with them, sort of hammock mats. The men's mouth loll agape, their eyes wide and staring, with the chest rise and fall a little bit still. You think they're still alive, but they're not really there. But they're carrying them past you along the courtyard.
And towards the pit.
Towards the Hall of Set.
Yeah, but that leads down into the pit.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a veiled woman.
Do I
who
recognize
leads
them of the group in our camp, or
You don't
like if you
recognize
remember,
them.
we established a camp with some pirates and some Kushites.
You don't recognize them from that band, from that group.
Okay.
And there's a woman following
Yeah.
them, and with a veiled woman. And they just walk past you.
I'll nonchalantly ask the guards what is happening with them.
They look at you politely, but don't say anything.
Okay.
Do you recognize the woman?
No, they came from the arena direction. These people.
And like the woman is, one of them, not
Yeah,
one of the ship's crew.
not on the ship's
okay.
crew.
So like priestess or some sort of.
And they go into a little chamber adjacent to the courtyard. And the woman just draws over a curtain. Let's say it's roughly, it's not F actually, it's one of these small doors behind in the walls beside it.
Okay.
Can I, on the way back, take my time and see if I can hear something through the curtain?
Yeah, you can. But
Just
you don't hear anything.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Then I'm heading back, relay what I've seen and heard and stuff, and then we can continue the sneaky bit.
Did we establish we're between J and H in those rooms? Is that right?
I think I said you would be between C and whatever that next one is.
Oh, C and I. Food and the quarters chambers. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Over here.
Somewhere in
Okay.
there.
How many floors does the average building in the fortress have?
Some of them are 3, some of them slightly higher, and then there are a couple of towers. So E is a tower and C is a tower, for example, which is much higher. And I think L is a tower as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Alyssa Tower.
Okay. So you've had a good look around already. I'm just wondering what extra I can do. Because it's quite hard to get out. We've only got one exit, which has got guards on there.
Yeah. And the windows are
good
down.
is your
Yeah, they're out the back. But you know that there would be quite a long drop.
How good are you at climbing?
Yeah, I'm not bad. You think about going across the rooftops?
Yeah, I was thinking of you going across the rooftops and maybe checking out the towers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's give that a go. Why not? I'm just going to check my climbing skill, which would be athletics. There isn't a climb, is there?
I think it's acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics.
Yeah, I'm not so hot on that.
I have a 12.
Or, I mean,
Yeah,
athletics makes sense if you can make it make sense.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess this is the same question if you're using strength or dexterity.
Yeah, but
to climb,
I
so-
think on climbing I really would be more thinking of athletics. Oh, sorry, acrobatics.
Acrobatics, yeah.
Yeah. Same.
What's your acrobatics?
10.
Mine
You're
is
a bit better than
12.
me.
My
Yeah,
stealth is
Oh, no.
14.
If you hover off their athletics, you can actually, it says climbing, swimming, and
Does it?
running are activities
Okay.
covered by this. Yeah.
Good.
So I think
was just looking
she
it up.
was agility skills are better than mine. My
You just hover over the
where I'm
skill.
really
it gives
good
you
is awareness
description.
skills. That's my strong area.
So climbing is actually
Yeah.
athletics.
Same.
Mortar's just found.
Okay.
Oh, is that
So
athletics?
I've only got a 10 in athletics.
I've also got 10
I'm
in
not
there.
too bad at it with 13.
You
Yeah.
might be able to do. But how's your stealth?
Yeah, you'll be mixing it with stealth, won't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't just casually climb up with the guards watching.
See, and my
But we
stealth
would
is really, really
Essentially
good. but-
climb on the outside of the fortress, wouldn't we?
Mm.
Yeah.
Because climbing on the court side just doesn't make sense. So
No.
the stealth would basically only be applicable once we are on the rooftop,
On the roof, yeah.
I guess. I mean,
So if we're climbing out the window, there may not be much climbing. So therefore, it's
Yeah.
all about stealth. Stealth's going to be the important part.
Mhm.
Mine is 14 with 3 in focus and expertise.
Yeah, mine's 13, but I've got 4 in focus and expertise.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
probably quite
You're
similar
better. You're better in it with the expertise and focus.
with the expertise. It's marginal, isn't it?
Now you can just stay in your room overnight. Have a nice dream.
No, we don't want to do
Slithering
that.
snakes.
The longer we go, the less bad dreams Durzo has.
Exactly. Let's give it a go. That's what we're here for.
So are you gonna go up?
Yeah, why not?
Do it.
So you're climbing through the window.
Do you want a distraction or not?
It depends. So, if we is there an upper window that will allow us to get out onto the roof? That's kind of the aim of this.
There's a window. You can get out there, but then from there you would have to climb up to the roof. It's not a roof window.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So therefore, because it's an upper story, we don't need the distraction. Maybe.
Okay.
yeah.
So that's the plan. Try to get out the window. Do we need to force the window a little bit?
You need
to
to
get
force
out?
the window, and for that one, I definitely want a brawn thing.
Yeah. So we'll defer to Durzo to do the brawn stuff. He can open the window, and then we can do the climbing and getting out.
So just athletics, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stay near the door where the guards are. Not going out, but I'm just gonna stay kind of close to there just
I see
in
you
case there's a
singing or
noise.
something. You're saying something.
Yeah.
Just a D1 for the window brawling.
Yeah. Let's just make it D1. If you have a complication, it's going to be noisy. That's why I'm basically doing this. Which you don't. You pull it did you put it?
At least no
It's actually stronger than you
complication.
thought. You may have to try again. But if you get a complication, as I said, then you're going to make noise.
Can I assist? Will two of us help?
You can assist.
Yeah.
But remember, more dice
Can I
means
sing a
more
little
chance of a
louder?
complication.
Yeah.
It's okay. I got this.
I'll
Or
assist them with one
maybe
dice.
you could use craft as well if
Yeah,
craft
You
skills.
could
do.
assist with craft to say, oh, I think that's where the weak spot is. So
Very good idea there, Notas. I'll use my
Excellent,
craft
yeah.
skill to give you to assist. So it's just one dice, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
one die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can move one dice. There we go.
There we go. We've got 16. You know, this is crafted by people who are so far removed from what you craft with that you have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a 20.
Oh,
But it is a success.
But there is a success.
So you put it in,
So-
you put it in, you put it in, and all of a sudden it gives way with a crunching sound. And the door flies open. And the guards, one of the guards, looks in, the other one holds back slightly and says, "What's going on?" It's Djachroum.
Oh,
I almost fell off the
I-
window. This fortress is in shambles. Such a state of disrepair.
Now, as I
Pretty
said, the
caution.
picture is not in directly sideline from the door that they came through. Sorry, the window.
Yeah.
It's not in direct sideline.
Hmm.
So you have a
It's-
chance to try and distract them if you want to, or
okay.
do
So
something else.
I'm gonna distract them and say, my stomach. I'm having terrible cramps. I need to see someone. And so I am trying to convince them that I am not feeling very well.
Shira,
Oh,
do
yeah,
you
yeah.
speak Stygian?
No, I'm just showing. I'm
You're
telling
just like
them.
you're holding your stomach. You're
I'm
kind of
holding my stomach and I'm telling them and I'm pointing at my stomach, but I'm speaking, whatever Hyperborean to them. But I'm
You're babbling at them.
convincing them that this is
Right. Let me see how gullible these guys are. Right, social.
it was the wine.
Yeah. It was,
All right. You hear them call somebody.
Liquor.
You hear the name Fulvia, and within a few seconds, the servant comes around the corner, comes to you, and says, "Oh, poor you." But the
Are they
others,
speaking?
the guards are still looking around the room, and they're starting to walk in.
I scream in pain to distract them. And I kind of fall to a knee.
You did have two successes.
Yeah.
Okay, Fulvia says something, and both of the guards come over and pick you up and carry you around out. But then you
And
hear the
I
little
really am laying it
silver
on thick.
whistle sound again, and you get a couple of new guards out the front door. But yeah, Shira is carried off. You have no idea where to. Probably the snake pit.
And I'm saying I'm in so much pain.
She's probably going to get thrown into the pit now.
Yeah, discarded as broken
She's
anyway.
injured. Okay. Well, now she's done a fantastic distraction. I'm going to. Can I grab some bed sheets? Because I'm thinking that if I do need to get someone else up there, once I've climbed up, I can maybe
Yeah.
create a little bit of a sheet rope.
You can get some
I'll
bed,
help someone
bed
I'll
sheets.
craft you. I'll craft you a
Okay.
sheet thing, a sheet
Yeah.
rope thing.
And then I'm going to do a climb up to the roof.
What does
And I'm
Durzo
going to
do?
use that moment.
Oh, nicely crafted there. Yeah, you have a nice
Oh.
long rope made from bed
Makeshift
sheets.
rope.
Right. And I'm going to then try to climb up.
You climb up.
And I'm going to use that momentum because I think I'm going to need it.
Well, Mortis just earned you some momentum.
Yeah, I'll just use it. I can't remember. It's the bonus one I use, isn't it? No, it's not. It's the
No, it's
dice
the
purchase.
spend.
Dice purchase, yeah.
One is all you needed. So you climb up towards the roof level, which is also the top of the wall, actually. Oh, no, slightly
Yeah.
higher. Should it be higher? Yeah, it should be slightly higher. Otherwise, the window doesn't make so much sense. So you are up on the roof. You look around. Ooh, it's a nasty night out here. It's actually quite windy and a bit rainy.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to make the climb too hard for you.
I'll spend the initial couple of minutes just observing, seeing if I can work out where the guards are, where I may be observed while I'm up high, just so I can understand the risks involved.
Now you see the towers, and there's definitely a light in the tower by C. That's the closest. And E, the watchtower, they have a sort of sight on you. However, the Great Hall has got a pitched roof, which is a bit higher, so you can sort of stay behind it. And there are some guards patrolling the wall. Nobody is really close right now.
But is the wall lower than me?
The wall is a bit lower than you. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. As long as it's lower than me, it's fine.
Need to go back to the picture.
I'll string up the rope, the makeshift rope, and drop that down. But I think as a starting point, I'm going to just start hopping around the roofs, working along this side, just see if I can find anything of interest or
so
work out where the
like
king.
I and K and L, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, down this side.
I can't see your mouse pointer, so if you don't ping, I don't know what you mean by this side.
Yeah, so the courtier's chambers, that would be where the king is, yes?
Yeah, quite possibly. Or that's where the courtiers are. The king has got his own tower. C.
Oh, I see.
Which is very close to where you are.
King's tower.
And that's actually rising up above you.
Oh, tower, C. Oh, okay, yeah. So I would assume that Makecho is probably there as well.
He is very close to you, actually. He did say so, essentially across the corridor from you.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to be checking out any royal location, where he is, where his courtier is, and where the king is, and where Semeke is.
Right.
So that's kind of what I'm looking out for.
Did you help anybody else up? Was anybody else coming to the roof?
I was going to have a little check around first to work out the safe paths, and then I was going to get Moataz up to help because I'll need him to understand if he can hear anything.
Okay, so you're moving around a little bit.
Yeah.
You do see a light on the top of the C, which is the King's Tower. You don't actually necessarily know that's King's Tower, but let's just ignore that for a moment.
Okay.
You also see a bit of light on top of the other tower, the alchemical tower, both at the top. But mostly this place is now dark and it's quiet. You move around along
Other
the wall.
than my screaming.
Yeah, apart from you screaming. Across the roofs, you hop a little bit. And you actually hear a clatter. Like something just clattered or fell over or something from not far from you on the wall or on the rampart.
Okay. Can I peer over and see what it was or what it is?
Hello, Sir Nick. Thank you for your good wishes for everybody for a Happy New Year. You sneak over there. You're keeping low to the roof line and so on, and you see in front of you this shape. You think it must be one of those warriors. And he's collapsed on the wall. He's got 3 arrows sticking out from him.
Ooh.
One in his left arm, one to his chest, and one through his throat. His helmet has rolled off, his spear has fallen off the wall.
So he's been shot from the forest.
Yeah.
I would guess, yes.
In pretty much dark, without having any light on. So a pretty impressive shot. Even you as a bowman would have to say, wow.
And the guards aren't walking around with lanterns, are they?
No, they're not.
Okay. I'm going to just keep a low profile and just observe the forest line to see if I can make out anything out there.
This is one of those things where the game is really, like, the scenario is a bit daft. But okay, I'll give you a test. Challenging observation is a D2.
Okay.
I'll tell you what the result is.
I may as well use that one momentum that's there.
Mm.
That was very,
Oh,
very
there we
good.
go.
6 successes.
Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh.
Right.
Can I use one extra momentum to get extra information?
Yeah, absolutely. You hear a little bit of rustling from the forest. And now you can give me some extra question. Which is much
Okay, so
more
let me
than I
bank
should be giving.
3 then. Yeah, I spent 1 for the extra information. So can I make out numbers, or is this a single individual?
There seems to be more than one.
And can I, based on what they're wearing or maybe their profile, do they look like they're
You see
Stygians,
shadows
or they're
amongst
maybe
the trees. You see shadows amongst the trees. But seeing as you had such a great roll there, you look at the arrows again. And they look familiar. You've been shot at with these arrows. When you were on board of the ship. What was it called again? I forget. Calypso. On board of the Calypso
Yeah.
ship. And the other ship came out of the fog to attack you. Those were the arrows that they used.
Yeah.
The Bahari.
Yeah.
not Gala, the other pilot.
Yeah. I've been waiting like the entire episode to find an
connection.
opportunity to say we've got to be thinking that there's another group out there.
Yeah, we forgot about
that
that.
we've forgotten about. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I used that.
That could work in our favor as a distraction.
It could. But as you look at these arrows puzzling and over the wall, you hear some quiet, strange Stygian sounding conversation coming towards you from along the wall. You think it's the next patrol coming along.
Okay. I'll back away so I don't get seen. Yeah.
Right.
And then I want to just sit and observe what they do when they find this.
Okay, we'll do a little cut. Back to the guest room. What do you guys want to do down there?
Well, we can't let them see that we broke open the window still. Can we put it up in a manner that it seems like it's still there?
Do me a craft check. How convincing it is. Because with that mighty noise that Durzo was making, something probably broke. Ooh, what have we got? Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Sort of patched it up.
Awesome.
And you think that it looks... a casual inspection wouldn't see anything wrong with it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Just a casual look. Yeah.
Anything else in the chambers?
I don't know. Who else?
Durzo's there, right?
Yeah, I would probably have. Like, is there a couch where I can keep both the window and the door
Yeah,
in check, just to see if either the guards come in or
you can.
Bryce comes back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And apart
Right.
from that,
You rest. Shira. Screaming, shouting.
I am screaming in pain and just really just doing a great performance
I can tell that.
of terrible belly pain.
They carry you out and straight across the courtyard, straight past a deep and dark looking pit into an archway on the other side. And they put you in a room, and a couple of people are bustling around you, coming with various tinctures and herbs and so on towards you, and mixing something and pesting something, grinding something in, and filling it in a cup. And they come, yeah, you must drink this, is roughly what they seem to indicate to you in Stygian. Putting something to your lips.
So these are female
Mix.
helpers.
There,
A mix.
there is the Fulvia, the main servant. She's female, and there's one other woman and one a man. And basically, they are mixing you on a drink. The barkeeps.
I wanna say to them, or indicate to them that I need. I need I don't need the drink. I need a. I'm going to try to do some type of symbol to show that I need some magical kind of. I need a sorcerer. I need somebody to help me. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, this is the universal symbol for sorcerer.
Yes, hands.
No, not wands. Sorcerers. Wands are wizards. No, I'm doing this. I'm pointing at my stomach. I'm going like this. No drink.
How would they interpret that?
Yeah.
I'm going. I need I don't need the drink. I need it.
The guy is starting to massage your tummy. Your tummy.
No. No. I'm trying to get them.
They're talking
to get what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get them to get me the sorceress down.
Yeah. I know that as GM. I'm just thinking, would they know and would they actually do it, even if they did know?
Say a name.
Oh yeah. If I've known the name, I've heard the name, so I say the name. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You know you like these sort of rolls, so do me another persuade. Come on. Let me show you how impressive you are, because this is now a medical professional in front of you.
Use some momentum.
I am. What do I do? Do I do that under dice purchase or bonus?
Dice purchase.
Dice purchase.
Dice purchase.
Bonus would just be if I felt
Did you
generous.
bank your momentum, Chris?
So we have a 2, and that's for 4 successes. All right. Let me roll against that and see what happens. I'm not going to make that, am I? Against 4 successes.
Oh.
That would be 3. So you still get 1 momentum out of that. All right. One of them runs out.
Okay. And I'm not drinking the drink. I'm saying like wait.
But they're trying again.
And I'm holding, and I'm like, am I on a chair? Am I on a bed type of thing? Or?
You're on a bed.
Okay, so I'm just kind of cramped up and in a fetal position, kind of whimpering and crying out loud and stuff like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whimpering and crying. Oh dear. Now, just looking at the time. How long do you want to play today? Because this would be an opportune place to cut.
It's up to the others.
Or we can try.
I can play until half of the hour.
So 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
We can do 20 minutes.
I'm good either way.
All right, then we'll do a couple of cuts. It mightn't be terribly exciting for those people staying in the main room, though.
It's all right.
Just so you know. So
I'm thinking now I'm going to go and get Moataz anyway before I check out the King's Tower.
Right. Now you skulk away, but as soon as they find somebody with the arrows, the other guards, they pick him up, find the nearest stairwell down. They don't shout alarm or something, but you can see that one of them basically runs. As soon as he's down the stairs, they carry this dead person down the stairs. One of them runs somewhere towards the barracks.
Okay.
The other one is left with a corpse. So
Okay.
he's raising the alarm, but he's not doing so loudly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. I'll back away from that area because I've seen what I need to see. I want to go and I want to check out the King's area, and therefore for that I need Moataz to see if he can overhear anything.
Are you climbing back down? Like the window is still easily removable. It just looks in place. If you're climbing back
Yeah,
down.
if I have to climb down, what I'll do is I'll tug the rope thing. A pre-arranged kind of agreement that if I start tugging it, you need to start climbing up.
You can see it bouncing the end outside the window.
Alright. I'll tell Durzo to just move the window slightly. I'll just climb out of it. Go up the rope.
Yeah.
Do I need a
Then
climbing
I'll-
check? The rope? Or?
Yes, absolutely. You have a rope, but it's a fearfully dreadful night out there. It's wet, it's windy. I'll give difficulty 1, definitely.
Can I help him by just
I think
giving
the
him
rope
a foothold?
acts as a
Not this
Will he
time.
have buttons?
Not this time. As soon as he's
Could,
out the window, he's on by himself. You can't support him.
Could Grias help me by tugging up the rope at the
When
same
he
time?
gets close enough, I'll reach down and pull him up.
Yeah.
I don't, unless I can pull the rope, if that helps.
Okay, I'll let Krios help.
Alright.
I'm far too nice to you.
I
you
think
know that.
assist
Yeah.
goes first, right?
Yeah.
So my help is an acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics. And you
I
should
uh,
think it'd be
roll
athletics.
1d20 first. Otherwise it doesn't count.
Done.
Okay.
No.
Crisis help
Unfortunately, I
doesn't
didn't
come
roll.
too much. So difficulty 1 is all I want. You got the rope. You don't have to.
Use
tie
the
it.
momentum, definitely.
Oh look,
Zero
no.
complications.
0 successes.
We
Now,
lost our
you
linguist.
could use a. Can you use a fortune to reroll 1d20?
No, I think a fortune's.
Yeah. Fortune
I
is
have to
kind
check.
of the safety net for anything, isn't it?
I mean,
Alright. Can I
Fortune
reroll fortune?
and
I think 1d20.
If you check
can reroll,
Fortune, you can with a reroll.
but not a complication or something like that. Oh dear.
Fortune. There
Oh,
we go.
That makes
Nice
it.
one.
Fortune
Nice.
points. Second
Fortune.
wind, overcome weakness, store a declaration. Oh, not strictly speaking, but hey. So you make it up, but your complication, as I said, you couldn't really reroll the complication. I still want a complication on you. Is that
That's fine.
as you come up, basically the rope that you made, it's really frayed now. It's sort of ripped and torn. You're not sure it's gonna help you on the way down again.
Or Durzo will be able to climb out.
But you're on the roof,
yep.
so it's going to be harder.
But
to
is
climb
it
back
still in 1? So could I affix some new sheets to it for them to pull up?
Do we still have more sheets in the room?
down? No, have you got more sheets?
Infinite sheets.
No, I don't think you still have any sheets in that room. You would have to go and find another room somewhere.
Am I?
Get under other sheets. At least 3 sheets you've
Oh.
used. Come on, at least.
Yeah.
To make a long rope like
Big
that.
deal.
But yeah, you're on the roof. Yeah, together with guys, with Trias.
Yeah. Okay. Head over to the tower, officer's tower,
Well, it doesn't have
and see
another
if we can.
entrance really. It's got some windows going out, but they seem to be all barred. It has got the main entrance at the bottom on the ground floor.
Can we listen at the windows, the barred windows?
What are you listening for? What are you hoping to hear?
I suppose any conversation between the king, if we can hear Semiket, if Miketre is in there.
Let's have a look. Miketre is not in there, I can tell you that much, because I know where he is.
Okay.
So, the tower. Just need to read up on the briefly more.
And also, while you're reading that, Frank, check to see if the bars are strong, if there's a way in. Because if we need to kill him, this could be a method we do to do that. Sneak in.
Yeah, those are quite strong bars. Right, now you don't actually hear much at all from where you currently are. There's a higher level and there's the ground floor, but you're in the middle, and you try to hear something from the window, but there's basically nothing coming forth at all. It's just the howling wind around you, and the pitter-patter
And
of
is
the
the top?
raindrops.
Has it got crenellations, or is it a roof?
Good question. I think it will have a roof on it, definitely, and maybe a little walk around it, but it's not a flat area with crenellations.
So there's a way in. I'm trying to establish if there's a way in at the top.
There may very well be. Can't really tell that from down here, but you would guess there might be.
Okay. So I'm going to try to climb up then.
Climb up. Right. Now this needs to be appropriately difficult because I keep saying, about the wind and the weather and the wetness. So I definitely want the difficulty 2 here.
Okay, so it's difficult, but not excessively difficult then, yeah?
No.
Okay. So
unless you want it harder.
D2.
Can do it D3.
No. If it feels extremely hard, then I'm not going to try to do it. I'm just thinking how difficult.
So I'm luring you in.
Yeah.
By
So
saying
I'm going to use the momentum to climb up.
as a complication.
You can.
Okay,
It
reroll.
is a
Anti-momentum.
reroll as momentum. Use a talent or momentum to reroll 1 die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've got anything to reroll
Oh, you
anything.
use the momentum.
Fortune?
No, fortune.
Fortune, strictly speaking, is a
That is
beforehand.
certain. You normally can't reroll D20 except you have a talent for the specific case.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So if
You
it's
can reroll
acrobatic,
combat dice with momentum, but not D20s.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
see if it's acrobatics, I can reroll 1 dice, but it's athletics, so I don't have the appropriate talent.
Right. So
So that's a fail.
that's a fail.
Unless once again I can use fortune to
No, I'll
change
do that
the
once,
story.
but not twice. You can do a story declaration with a fortune.
Well, it depends what my failure means. So you
gonna
tell me
drop.
what the outcome is, and
You're
I'll
going
see if
to-
I need to modify the story.
Potentially, you're going to hurt yourself. I just need to say, common hazard is falling. Distance character determines the damage. So that's 4 combat dice of damage you would be taking.
Okay. Can I use fortune to change the story that Moataz partially catches me to reduce the damage?
Interesting. I would say you can, but that would split the damage between you.
All right.
2 each. Because you're falling on him.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, first one. I don't know whether this is the right abbreviation I'm using. No, it's not. Right, so we just need to use D6. So that's for Mortas.
CD.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, CD is what I tried, but it wasn't. So, Mortas, you get... What was it? 4
One
is
and
nothing.
one effect.
And the 6 is the effect. So you're stunned, but you're not damaged. You're not damaged, but you're winded and stunned. Right?
Okay.
Let me try that again. 2 CD. No, just won't do it. So 2d6.
Staggered. Would it be? Because I don't think there's or dazed.
Dazed. Stun is the effect of being dazed.
Yeah.
So they make it too complicated sometimes with all the different words they use. So that means Cryas takes 1 damage. And you're also dazed.
It was just a quick test. This is the command.
DP.
for them. DP,
What
yeah.
is DP?
so,
Yeah, not CD. DP.
for whatever reason. Damage points, probably.
Possibly, yeah. Right. So you're cluttering down in an almighty clutter. And you hear some calls from the walls around again, because they're now much more alert after finding somebody dead. So you think you probably have to get out of there in a hurry.
Yeah, okay. All right. Let's get back to our rooms.
I don't think we can use the rope to climb down. We have to get down another way.
I'll have to lower you down as much as possible. And then maybe with Durzo grabbing your feet, we might be able to get you down.
You may be overcomplicating this. Why don't you just walk in through the front door?
I guess.
That'd be
We
questionable.
just jump off. We just jump off.
We still got to get down to the bottom, though. Whatever.
Yeah, but there
How-
are various
how high
kinds of
is it?
buildings. It would be much easier to actually climb to the courtyard than climbing on the outside wall into a small window.
Yeah. It just looks a bit suspicious if we climb down next to the guard who looks up at us and goes, "What are you doing?"
You can have a look first.
At a point when someone's just got killed.
Is there any bushes by the walls or anything that we could just drop into?
On the outside or the inside? The inside has no
On the inside.
vegetation at all. And the outside has got the sheer cliffside, and then at the bottom there are some bushes.
Is there a place we can drop down away from a guard that the guard doesn't see us, and then we just walk to the front door?
Just do an observation, and then we'll see.
Okay.
You're scouting out the place. You're crouching on the roof. You found a lower bit of roof. You're thinking, "Oh, can we get down there? Can we?" Yes. You think you found a good spot
Oh, nice.
Easy.
where you can
good
just
eyes.
basically hop down.
Okay, we do that then.
So you hop down and go back to the front entrance of the bathhouse and the place where you're staying. Yeah. Okay, Shira.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with you? You're still keeping up your pretense there?
Oh yes.
Oh, yes. Right. The woman who ran away comes back after a while, and there's a quick conversation and a few shaken heads. And they say, "Drink this."
And I do it again. I just keep on reiterating. I need I need a sorceress. I need. So I say.
One of them nods. One of them nods. The other, the guy is now holding down your shoulders. One of
And
the
I'm
other
like-
ladies is holding down your head. And they're trying to force you to drink this tincture.
I am.
This lictus.
No. I'm not letting that happen.
Okay, let's do a little struggle on it.
Yeah.
They just
What
think
do I
you're
roll?
crazy. Yeah, it's a struggle of what is it, brawling? Do you think it's brawling?
Am I trying to punch them? Maybe I'm trying to knock the. I'm trying to knock
Yeah, it is
the drink out of
basically
out of
an
the hand.
unarmed sort of thing. What have we got there for you? You've got standard action.
Okay. Melee would be the easiest. Which...
Yeah, I was thinking melee.
Melee is the easiest, but I would say.
All right, so
So many
I'm
actions
just
on
gonna
the
roll.
character sheet.
Hand to hand weaponry.
Hand to hand, something like that. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Let's see what they can do. Now they have help, of course. I'm just going to give them an extra die.
Yep.
And I might actually spend some doom for an extra die as well. Got so much. So, and I will say, what have I got? But target number of 11. So they only have one success. So you manage to actually knock the string out away, and they scream in frustration because you're such a.
I say
difficult patient.
heck crate.
Heck quit. Yeah, great.
I need.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I need.
Oh well. Yeah, I think with that scene where you are still flailing around and they are frustrated because you just spilled that nice tincture which cost a fortune down their front. I think, and with the others dropping back down, I think we're gonna leave it there because I need to think what I'm gonna do with you lot in these situations.
And I'm returning to doubling over in pain on the bed. I'm not trying to get rid of them. I'm just I just knocked over the drink and I'm like just repeating, asking for this woman.
Yeah. Okay. You're escalating a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. And I need to think about how I'm going to do that because, there's lots of stuff you can do. There's like every room essentially is described, and there's a roll table for rooms that are not described if you just want to explore and go from room to room and stuff. But you didn't go from room to room, you went up to the roof. All right. And there's a way of getting into the tower from the bottom and working your way up, but he didn't do that.
No, of course not.
Yes.
By the way, am I an F?
Are you an F? What do you mean?
Yeah. Am I in that room?
Oh,
No,
in
the
F.
set.
Where
And
did they
H.
take me?
No, they took you to H.
They took me to H. Okay.
Yeah. They took you to the courtier's chambers. Not to the kitchen. I just wanted you to be walking past that snake pit for dramatic effect. Like, no, the camera.
Okay.
Right, we'll leave it at that for tonight, I think. Right, you definitely
Thank you.
pose
That was lots of fun.
some improvisation challenges. You lot. First, you slay my snake so quickly. Yeah,
There's
so quickly. First round before good.
Just out of interest,
Yeah.
could you have used Doom to do something to keep the snake alive for a bit longer?
I could have used.
I mean, you could have used Doom to just go first in the
I could have used
first
Doom
place.
to go first. Yes.
That's probably what you should have
Other
done.
ways to keep Doom.
But
At least
other
for one
than
attack.
that, there is Doom spent on this beastie.
Is Snake a parry or no? I don't think so.
And I really wanted to see what they can do, but
Yeah, then you need to let them
also
live a
not
little
too sad
longer.
that you didn't find out.
You need to fail more. That's what it comes down to.
I mean, Durzo was hitting complications, just not on combat rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the abilities, for example, it could grab you, it could envelop you, it could swallow you. Actually, one thing we should have done was this fear test. We didn't do the fear test at the beginning, did we? When you
No.
Oh,
first
does it
see
have
it,
a fear thing? It
there,
does.
there should have
You
been
do a fear test like
Oh,
in the
we
previous
might have done the
patch when
fear
you
test.
did
we may have done it, yeah.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
Fear test is when you first see it, yeah.
When you first see it. So it could have tried to swallow you or thrash about and do things like that, but it just doesn't have a huge reach either.
Yeah.
So I had already planned out what I was going to do about like swallowing one of you up and stuff.
Next time we
And how to use
The
the
GM's
exploit
the
and-
GM's curse.
There's a cut his way out from
GM's
his-
curse.
from his
Thinking
belly.
what you're going to do.
Yeah,
Never
in
do that.
hindsight, I find the is it called the 2d20 bestiarium is you can't really tweak much, can you? Like there is no guideline on okay, if you have this amount of players with this many XP, give
Yeah.
this nemesis 15 wounds or what have
But
you.
you can give him more health. I don't think you can give him
You can always
like
give them more
the
health.
5 is wound set. Yeah.
Yeah, or I
I
could
suppose
have,
thing
arguably
is,
what you can
like,
do,
even
you can use Doom to bring extra enemies in, can't you?
yes.
So there could have been a second snake that comes in at a spend of, 10 Doom.
Which normally is listed in the scenarios, and this one doesn't have it. So having another
Yeah.
big snake like that wouldn't have made sense. Now I could have improvised something and said, "Oh, there's a whole swarm of snakes coming towards you, and lots of little snakes." Yeah, could have done something like that.
Yeah.
and also the scenario really wants the party to defeat the snake, otherwise the
But
whole
after an epic fight,
guessing doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
you want to
Yeah.
challenge Doom.
yeah,
Yeah.
after a challenge, and we didn't have the
Give
challenge.
a whole show, as it said.
I
Yeah.
could also have invented lots of extra armor for it. Because it says it had armor 1, but I could have said, you know what? Actually, it's got armor 6.
Yeah, like its snake
luck.
scales are very.
Yeah.
It's a special snake that has harder scales.
Yeah, but
Mm.
even if for a different outcome it would have need like 7 armor,
Yeah, indeed. Because
and then it still would be the same.
yeah. Hmm.
Mm.
So that's a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is tricky. So having a fear and then
Well, I mean,
having you guys
let me see
stunned
the
so you can't
damage that you
attack,
did.
or seizing the initiative initially, something like that I probably should have done. But other than that, there's not so much I can
But
do.
it was still pretty heroic. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's still like if
It's
you're
still a
playing a
good
Conan
scene.
game, you want to make sure that you feel like
Yeah.
you've accomplished something, but it does seem
Oh yeah,
a
but in a
little
hero's journey,
too
there's
easy
always like
sometimes.
the difficulty and then the overcomings. Like
I always
Yeah,
remember the
overcome
battle we had
challenge.
in one of the previous scenarios where it was a big battle and we just about saved the girl from being thrown into the pits.
Yeah.
And you kind of came out of it with like a bit of
That was good.
euphoria.
Yeah.
It was really close and it was a real good challenge.
There were lots of moving parts.
That's
Even,
kind of what
that,
you wanted.
that
Even the
helped.
fight with the other gladiators, that was like a back and forth. We took some hits, they took some hits.
It's
in
the
end.
number of enemies, I think, that really makes a
Yeah,
difference.
yeah.
So having a single
Actually, economy is the pain of every dungeon master since the 60s, I guess.
Yeah,
60s,
Yeah.
70s.
70s.
Unless that monster can attack multiple times. But
Yeah,
even
that's
that,
something I think would actually be really good. Like doing a sort of Forbidden Lands sort of thing where you say, actually, it's got 3 attacks. It attacks on this initiative and this one and this one.
But
Yeah.
you could use Doom for an additional attack like we use momentum.
Yeah, additional after the first one, but I didn't get to the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, I could have just said, actually, I'm spending Doom to go first, and you cannot outspend me there.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, I'm far too nice to you guys. Right, I think we already have a new date, don't we?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, 25th, I think.
Let me just check.
I think
this.
the 25th everybody agreed on,
Yeah. And then the
and
first.
then the first.
And then the
Yeah.
first.
And the
weekly.
25th has got a slight complication for me in that I have parents' evening, but I should be able to finish in time because it's a small group.
Okay.
We can always start a bit late if you need. Frank.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
25th should be okay.
Just let us know.
Yeah, that should be all right. 25th
Awesome.
and the 1st. No, it's the 1st that actually have the parents' evening. 25th is clear.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I've got 3 parents' evenings coming up. It's always a lot to work.
After the vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you sure your complications.
Needs worship.
You had so many complications today.
Spend some fortune, Frank.
Yeah, next time. Right, well, thank you very much.
I
I'll just
Go on.
say goodbye to the stream briefly, and then if you've got any other questions, we can do so. So thanks for all those watching, and we
Alright.
have actually got a good number of people who are watching our Conan episodes these days. And next
Awesome.
time should be quite exciting. I think more exciting than today. So tune in on the 25th, and I'll see you then.
All right.